Hello Pisces, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. Wow. Could be a current connection. Could also be a situationship, could be a person that you've met and you feel there's a whole lot of chemistry, there's a lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up in the connection. There's a whole lot of silence. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I will be channeling Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. All right. We have here doubt, followed by surrender, play, order, beauty, grief, mystery, power, and then we have shape-shifting under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Pisces, I have doubts. Doubts whether or not this connection might even work out. Because of the things that I have done, the things that I have said. There are certain things that I need to keep to myself, but I never could. I have expressed myself in ways that may have misled you. But the truth is, I wanted to be vulnerable, and so I did what I did. I do feel that in this connection there is a sense of doubt, a lack of faith, a lack of trust, not really knowing where it's headed. And I have surrendered to you. My mind, my heart, my body. If you would lead, I would follow. I feel that I belong to you now, and you belong to me. There are certain things that may happen, certain things that I may see, and there's a part of me that believes that you and we were meant to be in this lifetime together. And I also feel that you are my best friend. With you, I have this feeling of liveliness. You are very unique, gentle, fun. I feel that in this connection, there's this desire, this feeling of being more than what we can. You make me feel alive again, vibrant again. Not only that, but I do feel that in this connection, you and I, perhaps, we were just meant to be. I also feel that certain things have changed. My mindset has changed. I am unable to think straight. I would like to, but I am unable to. There is this problem that I face where now I'm at a crossroads and I really can't make a decision. I don't know which way to move, because if I do, I might just make a mistake because I don't see the path forward clearly. All around me there is a sense of confusion. There's a lack of clarity and a lack of understanding. And I want to know more. I want to learn more. But I do feel that in this connection, so much has happened, and it's hard for me to make the right sort of decision, the right path, the right choice. It's hard. I also feel that in this connection there is a sense of beauty. You are somebody who is very beautiful. Alongside this beauty, I recognize that you have a way of making me see who I am. It's like looking through a looking glass. I see my personality, but I adore yours, your charm, your charisma, your talents. You are one with nature, and I feel the sun radiant as you are, shining when you smile. I do feel that in this connection there's this sense of understanding and union, a meeting of the minds. I feel sometimes that I can understand you on a deeper level. And I know that there's a part of you that has that ability to look beyond everything else and understand who I really am deep down. It's as if you know me. It's as if you can read me. What I also feel is that in this connection, there's a sense of grief now. And I do feel grief for the things that I have said and done, and for the things that I never said that I should have, for the things that I never did that I should have done. I feel grief, remorse, regret, sadness, and melancholy. And I raise my arms, wondering why. Why have I lost you? My world was very dark before, but you brought that light into my life. You are the light of my life. And what happened? Now you are fading, and I feel that things are moving very fast, and things are fading over time. I also feel that in this connection there's this spiritual bond, the friendship that we share. I feel at home with you. I feel as if I've known you from before. And I feel so comfortable with you. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it does feel like that. Just by default. And I do feel that sometimes I can smell your scent even though you're not there. I can feel your presence though you're not in the room. And yes, you do have power over me. Certain things that you say and do, you have a way with your words. I feel that in this connection, there is this feeling of power. This feeling makes me feel powerless. Not only that, but you make me emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. And I physically feel that. You are very tempting. I find you to be utterly irresistible. And yet, there is a part of me that cannot give you everything that you want. Sometimes, even though I am doing something else, even though I may be with someone else, my mind is always turned to you, missing you, hoping and praying, wanting you to be in my life once again. A part of me misses you. A part of me wants to be with you. And yet, I am on the path, doing something else, going somewhere else. But do I yearn for you? Yes, I do. Do I long for you and wait for you? Yes, I do. But I have doubts that anything that I may say or do, I don't think anything is going to work out. I'm not very optimistic. I am sad, but I have surrendered myself to you. And there's a little bit of confusion right now. Hopefully, in the coming future, things will finally make sense for me. All right. Pisces. So, interesting. We have a situation here where there's two cards, the Order card and the Grief card. So a whole lot of confusion, feeling that there's other obstacles that are not really allowing one to make a decision, to come to a certain conclusion. It is very difficult. It's a complicated situation. We also have here grief. With the Grief card, it does talk about how truly your person of interest is hurting. They actually are heartbroken. And it's more like a shock to their system. They really, because there's no other cards that are transitioning here. You have beauty, then you have grief, then you have the mystery card. So it's kind of in an odd place. Sometimes, usually, if the doubt is near it, or if the fear is next to it, it makes sense, right? Here, it's almost like a pop-up. Like a little weed that just kind of popped right up, but it doesn't go away. This pain is not going away. It's very random, but the occurrence is random. But it has been inside of this person in their heart and their mind. It just never truly came out and erupted like that before. This person now is starting to realize that they love you. They do love you, because that grief is coming from a place where it hurts, and that's the heart. The only reason they're grieving is because they fear that they've lost you. For some of you, this could be a third-party situation. This is my third-party card. Third party doesn't necessarily mean somebody's having an affair, but it could. It could also mean that somebody here is spending their time, energy, and effort on something else, and they are unable to dedicate that time and energy to you. So here, for example, Vila, she's on the way walking towards and with the horse on this side. However, her mind is towards this wolf who is headed into the forest. So her mind is still here, even though her body is headed this way. So here somebody's very distracted. All right, let's have a look. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So for those of you who are new, the first set of cards I just had, the ones I just read before, that is actually something that is happening currently. And these I read in the past. So I go a little bit into your past to have a look. This is a general love reading, of course. What it is that your person of interest was feeling in the beginning. So things were going fine, went up, they were right here, but then all of a sudden they just kind of went downhill. What happened? This is for those of you that never truly received closure and you needed and wanted closure. Those of you where this person was unable to be that individual who could be really reliable. They were not reliable. They ghosted you. They faded. The communication is quite less. And so that just kind of irritates you because obviously you invested your time, energy, and effort into this connection. And what did this person do? They really didn't communicate with you to tell you why it is that they moved on. So let's have a look. Something that may have happened in this connection that caused that disruption. What was that? 8 of Coins, and we have the 7 of Cups. Let's have a look here. 8 of Coins. So with the 8 of Coins, we have here avoiding the work that needed to be done, needing and wanting to bring talents to the next level. Perhaps it is time for certain type of education or training. Dissatisfaction with the payment of work done. So it talks about integrity and discipline, meeting deadlines, fair payment. Something here where this person wanted to do some work in regards to the situation also. They were simply just busy with work. This is planning their future, settling down, building up a bank balance. This is a situation where it was not you, Pisces. This was them. This was something that they were truly trying to work on. And they also were kind of upset with the way things were, not because of you, but they were upset because of the way that they have invested a lot of time, energy, and effort in trying to make themselves better, to fix certain things in their life. And they just realized that, you know what, it's not happening. Nothing that I do is showing a good result. And it's very discouraging. This is something that they felt that even if they put in the effort, certain things might not turn out the way that they wished or they wish for. And it just was very discouraging. So they didn't go for it. That is a problem. We also have here the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups here, it talks about, I'm going to read the whole thing because this is very important. 7 of Cups. And of course, I just read the reverse, but I'm going to read the upright here as well. Because the whole card is very meaningful, the way they've written it here. Choices, indecisiveness, and fantasy. So, choices here. We had earlier the other card, order, right? So with the order card, it talks about a choice, whether to move forward or not, how to move forward, right? So when we have this particular card, it does talk about indecisiveness as well, because we have a lot of fog around, not being able to make that decision. Here we have overindulging in thoughts of what the future may bring, having daydreams. A decision must be made in order to move forward and in order to rejoin the world. This person at some point in time was allowing fantasies to influence how they viewed life itself, projecting onto others instead of seeing things the way that they were truly. The way that they truly are. So it appears here that they were very carefree. This is just honestly, this is part of their attitude. They can't help it. It's a part of their nature. Overindulging, allowing fantasies, projecting onto others, needing to rejoin the world, influenced how they view life by these fantasies. So we are dealing with somebody who may have seemed like they are very much in charge. This is somebody who may have, this sounds weird, but like had a daily planner or some type of a planner and a schedule, and they're always like maybe on their phone and they seem a bit busy. What's strange is, in actuality, they wanted to be busy. In actuality, they were not as busy as they seemed. Not only that, but we also have here with the Seven of Cups, that sense of just kind of daydreaming and not really getting to the heart of the matter. That was an issue as well. You're dealing with somebody here who was in a state of transition, I'm seeing. The way that they live their life, they were trying to change it. And they were learning new things. It was just by chance that they encountered you, or they grew with you during this time. Sometimes what happens, you might be in a connection. And I actually had a client a while ago, and it was pretty intense. They were together for about 7 or 8 years. They knew each other for 10. And the gentleman became very spiritual to the point where he left. But he did say, I'll return this, that, and the other. The problem is, he didn't return. And the woman's still waiting. But you can't even blame somebody. It's like, oh, okay, it's a spiritual journey. It's not as if they're having an affair. What do you do to that? How do you react to something like that? She had 2 kids from a previous marriage. And he was a stepdad, right? So the kids are really close. But it was very, very heartbreaking because the person is so stuck, she doesn't know what to do. So sometimes there are people that have certain plans in their life. And it may not start off when you just start off as a couple together, but while you're in the relationship, something changes. They evolve, they change, and that happens. That is life. Here, we're dealing with a person who was trying to do things a little differently in their life to make themselves better. I'm getting the word integrity. They wanted to have more integrity in what they do. It was very complicated and difficult for them to do so. I see here a lot of struggle from this person. Now, the struggle may be internal. It could be also external things that are affecting them. Not the way that they obviously would want to be affected. Nobody wants to be affected in that way. But it's not unintentional from the universe, but they feel as if the universe doesn't have their back and everything that happens to them has an intention. But the truth is that it doesn't have an intention. So it is unintentional from the universe. It's just the way that it is. And there's certain things that this person focuses on. They do not focus on romance that much. At least in regards to this specific connection. It's very rare, but sometimes people focus on short-term connections more because they know it's going to be short-term. They do not focus on long-term connections because they cannot commit to it. That is the absolute truth. It's not because somebody wants to get into a connection and use somebody and leave them. The majority of the people out there, masculines and feminines, they don't do that on purpose. But if they want a quick you-know-what, they'll find a hookup, right? They'll hook up with somebody and that's it, right? But sometimes that turns into something more and it's a regular thing. And then people think, oh, this is a relationship. Please remember, no, it's not. It's extremely rare. I'm seeing 10%. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing 10. 10% of those people may end up in a relationship. I do know people who have hooked up. 3 years later, now they're married. I know at least 3 couples. But the situation is this, not everybody does that. It's not possible for everyone. So I do see here that this person's priorities were different. Even if they were in a connection with you, you might not have thought that this is going to be a short-term thing. This person's mindset changed from either short-term to short-term or long-term to short-term. Okay? In all honesty, there was no change there with a short-term to short-term, but that didn't change. But they always stayed like that, but you were under the impression that it might be more. That's where the problem is. And no, people will not say that. Nobody tells you. People don't tell the truth these days, right? Not even back in the day. But it's important to communicate. It's important to see the red flags as well. And if you have friends, if you have family that notice things and they tell you, it's only because they love you. Sometimes you have the odd people that are extremely jealous. But, you know, if you have 4 people that are telling you something that's one specific targeted topic, 4 people are saying the same thing, most likely they're right. But if one person's saying something different, or 2, then, you know, maybe they're just kind of jealous. But generally, I've seen people they do get jealous, and they get very insecure when somebody else is finding somebody, especially when you get older. You have the couples that get married, you have the couples that have kids, and then they don't even hang out with the other ones anymore. Been there, done that, still experiencing that. But it happens. It's a societal thing. Here, we have some really good cards, but restrictions as well. Wow. We have here Page of Pentacles. Beautiful card. It's a very sweet card, very soft and gentle card. Please keep in mind the Page of Pentacles is somebody who is after you very much for the way that you look. They think you are absolutely gorgeous, so beautiful. You're just the most beautiful person on the planet. Like, this is how they feel. And for them, they want to buck up that courage and kind of reach out to you and give you something a little as an offering. But this something is actually a bit solid because it's a coin here. So we do have the Page of Pentacles. It's a page coming in very gently, very soft. This is not a king, not very bold. So you'll expect this person to be a bit shy, a bit, not as open. We also have here Temperance, the feeling and desire to be in this connection, but to have an equal give and take, an equal balance, knowing that in this connection, everything is according to the spiritual connection. Here we also have the Knight of Cups. This is a beautiful card. After the page has reached out to you, this page now turns into the Knight of Cups. It has grown up a little bit. Right? This person has grown up a little bit. The Knight of Cups talks about how someone that was a romantic connection from your past is coming back into your life. They are going to come back into your life. Now, this could mean a completely different person from your past, or it could mean Pisces, the person that we're reading for right now. We also have here the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords talks about how there are these restrictions. The restrictions that exist. This person feels very confined. Their eyes are shut, ears are shut, their mouth can't talk, can't speak. Their hands, feet, legs are tied. They are surrounded by swords. They feel caged. And far into the distance, watching them like a hawk, is somebody. They are controlled. Somebody owns their bum, okay? Metaphorically speaking. Somebody does. And they are afraid. There's a few things with this card. Either it is somebody who is restricting this person from being with you, or it could be a society, or it could be an actual organization. There are certain organizations that are very strict. This could be military organizations. This could be corporate entities that sometimes they end up saying you can't date a rival company. You cannot, or competitor, you can't date somebody in the workplace. This can also be, for example, a restriction where you have an organization, which is very much like a religious organization. So there's different restrictions. The point of this card is that there is somebody else here in authority who basically is governing what this person can do. Now, if it's not that, for some of you, for the rest of you, it could be that somebody in this connection is restricted because they are with a partner, with a spouse, and they have met somebody else. But the feeling is that, you know what, I can't because I'm connected to this person. I can't leave this person and go there. I feel restricted. They will find out. It could be because there is this feeling of that third party. Remember, third party right there, right? So we do have third party situation here. So this could be somebody who is with someone, however, they want to break free and they can't. Ultimately, we are dealing with love. And somebody here, this is your person of interest. They're regretting things. Not only were they regretting it before, but now they're having sleepless nights. They can't sleep at night sometimes. They have psychic disturbances. They wake up in the middle of the night, holding their head down, swords hanging over their head, metaphorically. Thinking to themselves, what did I do? How did this all happen? Why did I do this? How did this come to this? There are these questions that this person has, and it plagues them. They don't like it. It bothers them. They want to have a better balance. They want things to return to the way they were before, innocence. They feel doubt. They feel fear. They don't know why certain things are happening the way that they are. And they do feel that they are responsible for this. All right, do I see this person reaching out to you? Absolutely, yes. With the Page of Pentacles, and if not, then definitely with the Knight of Cups. Now, there's a problem there, however, Pisces. Sometimes people can reach out to you even though they have restrictions, and then one day they meet you when they can meet you, but when you want to meet them, they can't. So beware of that, okay? Because we have here some restrictions that this person is going through. For some of you, I hope that's not the case, but sometimes people don't even tell the truth about what's going on. I mean, long ago, I was online and I had met somebody, and it was literally, I think we just went on like 2 dates. One lasted about 2 hours and the other was like probably an hour and a half, and that was the end of him. But as you get older, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. But what was interesting is it turned out I had no idea. There was no way of me finding out anyway. I had no idea the guy was married. I had no idea. But it seemed suspicious. There were certain things that he would do after he'd go home. It's like, oh, I can't talk. It was, yeah. Somebody then, I was so naive. I started talking to some friends and they're like, are you serious? This person sounds like they are. And then afterwards, it took a while, but we did find out that this guy was married. He was married. And he was like in a traditional old-fashioned relationship, right? But he just wanted to fling on the side. But it was not good. Not good. And he was from my background. East Indian. Yeah. Imagine that. Yep. You can find the hornies everywhere. Doesn't matter where it is. All right. Just going to do a quick prayer. Okay. Yeah, people want people. That's fine. But the worst thing is when you're lying, right? That's not right. Can't do that. Here we have let go. This card has come up a lot, and in this position, which is funny, it's come up a lot in this upload actually that I've done in the past few ones. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. It's so funny. I do have a lot of stories, and maybe on my other channel I'll post some. Just for laughs and giggles. Yeah. I'm not going to say the SH word, but you guys know what I'm saying. Lots of stories. It's funny. At the time it wasn't funny, but now I look at it, I'm like, all right, yeah. I can't believe I went through all that stuff. All right. We have here, first card's the strongest, let go. So this does talk about how it's important that in this connection, somehow you find the courage to be that individual who can actually love this person, but also let go. That is the ultimate thing. To actually be with that person, but be able to finally let go to the point where you love them so much and you know that this is going to cause problems for the both of you, and therefore the safest thing for you to do is to keep your distance. What I'm seeing here, some of you may want to do this. The card itself suggests to let go. Now, nobody's saying that you stop loving this person. That is truly not possible. You can't really stop loving them. That's not going to happen. But what you can do is start to keep your distance and start to focus on yourself. It's important that you focus on yourself because it shows me here that you have been preoccupied and thinking a lot about this person, especially when they don't message you, when they don't talk to you, and you wonder why. Have I done something? Do I not look pretty enough anymore? Am I not handsome? Oh, definitely that's not the case. Once they think you're hot, you're hot. Don't worry about that. Unless you do something absolutely horrible, repetitively. Then people really do. It doesn't matter if you're pretty or ugly or whatever. They don't care. They don't care anymore. That's the end of it. There are some people out there that have done this, right? We know those people. So I don't like using the word ugly. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word. But ugly in the sense that their behavior makes them look ugly, right? But ugly, not actually physically ugly. We have here the feeling of letting go, but also while you're letting go of this person, the reason why you're doing this is to give them space and to give yourself space, okay? We also have here, if you believe. So if you do believe that this connection is going to work out, you will be ending up bringing in that energy, which is a very positive manifested kind of energy. You're manifesting this. In order to manifest, by the way, you need to get rid of negative energies. Have a look on my website. I have packages to get rid of negative energies to bring in the positive. We also have here wait. Interesting. So this might be a little annoying for some of you because here it does talk about letting go and waiting. I mean, what do? Well, this is exactly what they're saying. You let go and you wait. As boring as that sounds, but in the meantime, you focus on something else, not on this person. You focus on things that you have not been able to do in a while. Pick up that hobby, right? Start doing something. Start learning a skill. You may have a talent that you never knew of until you try. You don't know. We also have here, while you're waiting, listen to your intuition in the next few months, okay? Listen to your intuition. This is your higher self. I'm saying your angel, actually. Could be your angel, yes. Your angel, but what I meant to say was your soul. Your soul is much more higher than you are and much more wiser. And that is in a higher level. It's been there, done that. There's a reason why you should listen to your intuition, because that is your higher form, your higher self, talking to you, the body / the spirit, which is very temporary in nature, not the spirit, but the body itself. Here they are also saying there is no need to worry. This means that you are worried, and you are worried logically because it makes sense. So much is going on here. There's a lack of communication. There is desire, but there's also restrictions. So what do? Right? Some of you might need to move on from this person. Just like it says here, let go. Some of you might want to stick in there, just try to make it through. And that's funny, not funny. What? Funny. Funny. Oh. Somebody's laughing at this. They think it's a crap show. They think it's funny. Whoa, that just popped right out, didn't it? That was so weird. That was so weird. It didn't even feel like I said it. My God. What I'm seeing, the reason why the funny came out is because somebody is so over this. It's like the word is hysterical. Like they're just so over this that they can't do anything else but laugh at how stupid the situation has turned out to be. So if if you are that person that I'm channeling into, it is time for you to literally move on from this person, because there's no respect then. That person's not respecting you. And it's very difficult for you to respect that person too when they keep acting like this, when they are so unreliable, when they're so immature in that way and not really dedicating that much time to you. We also have here, while you let go, take a step back, become a bit more spiritual than you already are. Meditation brings answers. Meditate and pray. That will be there to save the day. We also have here trust. Trust in the divine, trust in the divine's plan, because when you meditate, the answers are going to come to you. Meditation could be for 21 minutes minimum, 2-3 minutes for a prayer minimum, but mean it. Do mean it. The reason why I say those numbers is because Angel Fakil, you can read a little bit about her on my website. She has told me so. She is my personal angel guide. You can read a little bit about her on my website. I talk briefly just to give you a better understanding as to who I deal with. We work as a team. Please don't worry. I just banged on the table. That is right there, an electric light. It gets really hot in my room. I can't do that. So I have put this light on. If I bang the table, it turned back on. Don't worry about it. That was science. Okay. What I want to do is just give you guys a little bit of information regarding my packages that I have right now that are available. You can order a package if you want for past life. That is to tell you what it is that has happened in your past life that is affecting your life right now. This is for those of you. For me, it's a really big package because it takes me like the longest amount of time for that one. It tells you what it is that has happened in your past life and how it affects you now. Why is it affecting you now? For a small portion of you, this could also be a future life, a lifetime that hasn't happened yet, but it is destined to happen at some point in time in the future. It's very rare that I get those readings, a future life reading, but typically I get past lives. Also love readings I have open right now, as well as how to get rid of negative energies. I have those packages, the Holy Light package, which is a self-help guide. And I also have a proper package where I have the Holy Light in it, and that is called the Chakra Checkup package. The reason why I say it's proper, because it's an actual reading that I provide to you. The other one is proper. It's just that it is more of a self-help guide. You do not get the reading included in that. However, it is also very effective and very helpful. It'll help you get rid of negative energies from your home, around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers. That is the way I made that. I also have another channel, Asnointia Audio. Hopefully, guys, as I feel better with my voice, I will be able to upload some new things. It's interesting. It's called Asnointia Audio, and yet I have had quite a bit of problems over the past year, audio-wise, with my own voice, right? Had bronchitis 3 times over the year, almost had pneumonia. For goodness sakes, it turns out I got allergies. I don't even want to go there. It was just so irritating finding out later that, oh my God, all of this was caused because of allergies. Yes. So that's what it is. At least I found out now, so I can take care of myself. And finally, yay, I can start uploading things again. So as I was mentioning, I have another channel, Asnointia Audio. I have videos there regarding relationship-related advice and also spiritual content. That is more of the spiritual connections that we have with people, past life as well. And I also have one on negative energies. What and who are negative energies, how to recognize these things, and how to remove them from our lives. All right. Pisces, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments and I try to write as much as I can, but I do appreciate all of the comments, and I do appreciate you telling me your stories, because I do use those stories sometimes as motivation, as inspiration and information to write about this content and make videos on the other channel, which is why I have those videos on relationship related advice, because I have the ability of seeing people's emotions and feelings. That's why those videos are very unique, because I teach you what the person is actually feeling during that sort of a time or that scenario. All right. And that's it. Thank you, Pisces, for tuning in. I will see you guys again Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You all take care, stay safe. Bye now.